17-year-old Matthew has been paralyzed by CVD-PV2 polio since he was 8. His mother says the illness has kept him from attending school and living a normal life.
I never imagined this would happen to my child. If I had given him the vaccine, he wouldn't be like this. Given his condition, the neighbors say he's cursed. My parents abandoned me and the child.
The disease has ravaged her son's body. Matthew, who chose not to share his last name due to the stigma attached to polio, says his friends have abandoned him and he feels isolated and lonely.
Before, my friends would come and play with me. Now they visit, but they don't come near. I stay home and only play with my brothers.
The World Health Organization describes polio as a highly contagious virus that can cause paralysis, especially in children. In severe cases, it can be fatal. Thankfully, there has only been one case of naturally occurring or wild polio reported in the Ivory Coast since 2011. But the region has reported at least one case this year of CVD-PV2, a serious complication of the oral polio vaccine. The vaccine contains a weakened form of the polio virus. In communities with low immunization rates, that weakened virus can circulate, replicate, and mutate into a form that can cause illness and paralysis, according to the WHO. UNICEF volunteer Emmanuel Ello says that's one reason people resist getting the vaccine.
There are parents who refuse to vaccinate their children. There are some rumors that the polio vaccine contains harmful substances. Sometimes when you visit homes with children, parents claim they don't have children or that their children have already been vaccinated, but that is not true.
In a major step toward eradicating polio globally, the independent Africa Regional Certification Commission for Polio Eradication declared the WHO Africa region, including the Ivory Coast, free of wild polio virus in 2020. But the threat posed by the CVD-PV2 variant has motivated the Ivorian government and international organizations like UNICEF to intensify vaccination efforts. Abdul Gadiri Fadiga, the country's UNICEF Health and HIV program chief, says he has been monitoring cases of CVD-PV2 polio since 2019.
Thanks to epidemiological surveillance, we have detected polio cases in regions like Abidjan, San Pedro, Daloa, Aboiso, and Bouake. This is why our response is focused on these semi-rural areas.
Fadiga says organizations are now leveraging technological innovations to combat the spread of polio.
Previously, we relied on oral vaccines. Now we have injectable options. We also utilize technologies like the Open Data Kit system used by the WHO to track polio cases. With these resources and the commitment of governments like Ivory Coast, I'm confident that in few years we will declare polio defeated, eradicated.
The WHO reported that one vaccine-related polio case in Ivory Coast occurred in April, highlighting the urgent need for vaccination efforts to combat polio's resurgence. For Yassine Siao in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, Anthony Labruto, VOA News.